Please stand by for one moment while our transmitters attempt to locate the Parka Patrol.
Somewhere in the endless forests of Western Canada,
Quiet down, you wolves, we have company. It only just occurred to me that they only howl when I'm practicing my saxophone. Could there be a connection? I used to have a German shepherd that sighed whenever I practiced piano. Am I that bad, or do canines just not support the arts? In any case, I'm glad you could make it. It's March already, and we're going to celebrate that most happy of holidays. It's St. Patrick's Day. Michael Coleman, Pigeon on the Gate, from way back in 1922. Studies say that most Canadians prefer to drink at home, except Quebecers, of course, but you know how they always do the opposite? I don't think we really prefer drinking at home, it's just cheaper. More a case of we like to drink more, not less. There aren't too many places to drink near here. There's Atwood's, Margaret Atwood's, honky tonk down by the border. Well, that place is scary on a good day. They wrap chicken wire around everything, including the waitresses. No sane person would go there on St. Patty's. Why don't we go with the classic choice and head down the Legion?
Oh, you all know my young brother, and his name is Paul. He joined the local football club 'cause he's mad about football. He's 2 black eyes already and no teeth in his gob, since Paul became a member of the Gaelic Football Club. His foot football crazy, he's football mad, and the football it has taken away the little bit of sense he had, and it would take a dozen lassies his clothes to wash and scrub, since Paul became a member of the Gaelic Football Club. When they can't afford a football, they'll use an old tin can, a biscuit tin turned upside down, it makes a Hogan stand. They played a match the other day, 'twas played at Cavan's ground. He kicked the ball to Moscow and Khrushchev yelled up down, because he's football crazy, he's football mad, and the football it has taken away the little bit of sense he had, and it would take a dozen lassies his clothes to wash and scrub, since Paul became a member of the Gaelic Football Club. His wife, she says she'll leave him if he doesn't keep away from football kicking at night time in his sleep. He'll cry, come on McCartan, another name so bold. Last night he kicked her out of the bed and he shouted, it's a goal, because he's football crazy, he's football mad, and the football it has taken away the little bit of sense he had, and it would take a dozen lassies his clothes to wash and scrub, since Paul became a member of the Gaelic Football Club. Now things were blue in '62, but just you wait and see, the red and black they will be back in 1963. As for that Muskerry hero, he'll quickly get his fill if he ventures forth through the gap of the north, and God help Thady Quill. We're football crazy, football bloody mad, and the football it has taken away the little bit of sense he had, and it would take a dozen lassies his clothes to wash and scrub, since Paul became a member of the Gaelic Football Club.
And that song is called Football Crazy. Legend has it that a group of Boer War veterans lobbied for a place for veterans to drink way back in 1905. Of course, the Royal Canadian Legion didn't form until 1925, so I'm not sure who they were lobbying, but they were definitely high on the waiting list. Legend also has it the men refused to move during construction, so the Legion was built around them. That's why it has a dirt floor. But I always hear they have a good Paddy's Day, so this should be fun.
The worst old brig that ever did weigh sailed out of Harwich on a windy day, and we're waiting for the day, waiting for the day, waiting for the day that we get our pay. She was built in Roman time, held together with bits of twine, and we're waiting for the day, waiting for the day, waiting for the day that we get our pay. The skipper's off Dutch and the mate's a Jew. The crew were 14 men too few, and we're waiting for the day, waiting for the day, waiting for the day that we get our pay. Nothing in the galley, nothing in the hold, but the skipper's turned in with the bag of gold, and we're waiting for the day, waiting for the day, waiting for the day that we get our pay. Off Orford Ness she sprang a leak, here her poor old timbers creak, and we're waiting for the day, waiting for the day, waiting for the day that we get our pay. We pumped our way round Lowestoft Ness when the wind backed round to the west-south-west, and we're waiting for the day, waiting for the day, waiting for the day that we get our pay. Through the Cockle to Cromer Cliff, steering like a wagon with a wheel adrift, and we're waiting for the day, waiting for the day, waiting for the day that we get our pay. Into the Humber and up the town, pump you blighters, pump or drown, and we're waiting for the day, waiting for the day, waiting for the day that we get our pay. Her coal was shot by a Kidby crew, her bottom was rotten and it went right through, so we're waiting for the day, waiting for the day, waiting for the day that we get our pay.
Did you hear that? That's shameful. I phoned ahead to check. Things aren't supposed to degenerate into a pub brawl until at least 8:30. See, they complain about lack of tourism and then they do something like this. But there are some other things we can do. Remember the guys down on Happy Valley Road? The ones who keep trying to build their own space shuttle and declare themselves an independent nation? They aren't great at engineering, but they make great wine. Should we check them out? They have a whole set of their own traditions.
And next, ladies and gentlemen, we have here a young man with us. Just started out, number 8, Uncle Alec Dunford, Galax. All of you all know him. Alec Dunford playing the Evening Star Waltz. All right, Uncle Alec.
Well, folks, I'm going to try to play you an old waltz that I learned when I was a boy. And I learned it from an old man, and he said he learned it when he was young, so it wasn't yesterday, don't worry.
That was the Evening Star Waltz, and before that, The Worst Old Ship. Here we go, Happy Valley Road. Look, I can see the boys up ahead. Looks like the party is well underway. Everybody is in a ring. Looks like they are dancing already. You haven't experienced St. Patrick's Day until you've done it with Italians. Come on, let's introduce you. Actually, hold on, wait a second. I don't hear any music, but I do hear... Get in the car, we have to go. These guys are skunk baiting. Do they have skunk baiting where you come from? Basically, all the drunks get in a ring and somebody releases a skunk into the middle. They dance like idiots until the skunk gets annoyed enough to blast somebody. No protective eyewear either. Usually somebody loses sight in at least one eye. Strange. Skunk baiting isn't usually until midnight.
A
I can only think of one more place we could go. Actually, I should have thought of this sooner. Let's go to the park up behind Dressup Falls. It's the park named after the famous theologian Dressup. He was offered the chance to be pope, but he turned it down to get into children's television. Some people think he's on the track to sainthood, that he performs miracles. On St. Pat's, his true believer gather at Dressup Falls with a broken-down sedan. They set it on fire and roll it into Finnegan's Gulch, and if it explodes, they get to make a wish. I think we have just enough time to make it. We're here, but I think we might be too late. Wait, I can see the flaming car. It looks like a Chrysler. It's getting a push. It's away. There it goes into the gulch. It's rolling. But will it? Hey, there's a fireball for you. Okay, make that wish. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Any day you see a Chrysler blow up, but avoid the skunk spray. That's a pretty good day. Time to head home. I'm not tired. I just know the police will be coming. Thank goodness for these logging roads. They're a blessing for moonshiners and radio broadcasters.
Oh, Ireland, a beautiful Ireland. Sure, it's heaven where the river Shannon flows. Now there's Murphy and O'Houlihan, McCarthy and O'Rourke. If there isn't a fight on Saturday night, then you're not in County Cork. Oh, Ireland, a beautiful Ireland. Take me back there to my wild Irish roads. When I go back to the shamrocks and the heather and the dew, I'll be yelping for a helping of me mammy's Irish stew. I mean in Biggs, Ireland, beautiful Ireland, land of Erin and the wearing of the green.
The Parka Patrol was written, produced, etc., by Ranger Mike, with help from the PlayHT system. Promotional consideration for the Parka Patrol was brought to you by the veterans of the Boer War. The Royal Canadian Legion does not endorse bar fights. A reminder that skunk baiting is illegal in all Canadian provinces and territories except British Columbia, Ontario and Manitoba.